It's been a long time since I've done a post. I know that. That's on me. Today I'm discussing veganism versus my health. Some of you will know that I have two autoimmune disorders. Well, three. Yeah, three autoimmune disorders. And the correlation between the two. So, here's my story. When I was 19, I got diagnosed with epilepsy and put on medication. When I was 23, I had a tumor in my uterus, and I had that removed, and I had about 6 or 7 laparoscopies over the years until I decided to have a hysterectomy at 31, I think I was. When I was 28, I got diagnosed with fibromyalgia. And when I was 34, I got diagnosed with ankylosing spondylitis, which is basically arthritis in your hands, your spine, and your hips. It is incredibly painful, especially in winter, and paired with the fibromyalgia, which tends to have flare-ups. Yeah, it's not pleasant. A lot of doctors, actually all the doctors, have asked me to go back to being vegetarian. So when I was 9, I became vegetarian overnight. And I grew up in Namibia, which is a very German country at that stage. So when we went out to eat, my options were pretty much a Greek salad, or a Greek salad. Then I always told people when they asked me, how about eggs and milk? My response was always, the animals don't get killed for it, so that's why it's okay. Please keep in mind that I was still a child when that was my answer. Then I started slowly progressing into veganism in my late 20s, and I am full vegan now for the past 7 years. Okay, so I have a rheumatologist that treats my arthritis and my fibromyalgia, who has also asked me several times to just go back to being vegetarian. The reason for that is because the eggs, especially, will help, and the calcium and the antibiotics that you get in yogurt and stuff will help with my flare-ups, will help with my inflammation. And I said to her, no, don't even go there, it's not happening. Okay, so I'm on a lot of medication. Once a week I take a biochemical injection in my stomach that reduces inflammation. The downside is that it also completely wrecks your immune system. So you can get the common cold and you will be flat on your back. And that's why when you are sick, you're not allowed to take the injection, because it'll make it even worse, which a couple of weeks ago I didn't listen to that and I ended up being super sick. I started having problems with my stomach. When I was a baby, they said the valve didn't close all the way. So my parents left it. Now, last year I couldn't handle it anymore. I was constantly bloating. I don't use the bathroom like I should do. I'm always nauseous. So we went to see a gastro specialist, and he also went on the, will you please go back to being vegetarian, and even maybe consider having some fish. I think he actually said hake. And I was just like, no, no, I won't even go back to eating eggs and milk. Now you're asking me to eat fish. Are you flipping out of your mind? So a year ago, is it a year ago? It's less than a year ago. My mum and my husband, who were both vegan, it's not even a year ago, it's 6 months ago, went back to being vegetarian. Now, I'm not gonna lie, it sucks. It really sucks. Like when they cook eggs, the smell just absolutely kills me. It just kills me. But for example, with the medication and going on a decent diet, doctor's words, not mine, I would have been able to generally control my stomach. So a year ago when I went, he said to me, if you're not going to change those things, next time you see me, we're booking you for surgery. So that was a year ago. Yeah, it was in May. So I've been dreading going to him because I know what he's going to say. It's going to be surgery. And the problem is that it's not going to be a once-off. It's going to happen again and again because the valve will open, they will open it, and eventually it'll start closing again. So basically the food stays in my stomach and rots. That's what happens. It rots in my intestines or it rots in my stomach. I tend to block out all the medical terms. I can't even remember the name of the condition. So my husband was having incredible pain in his arms and numbness, and he wasn't building muscle like he should because he does bodybuilding. The specialist told my mother as well, you can't carry on with this diet, you have to go back to being vegetarian. And it was so hard for me. But now my thing is, people seem to think I'm being stubborn, but it's not a diet. It's a moral, it's an ethical lifestyle that I've chosen. And now I'm being hammered because I won't go back on it. And I'm being told I'm jeopardizing my own health. Look, the conditions are not going to go away, but going on a vegetarian diet will decrease my inflammation. It will slow down the progression of the arthritis as well. I just can't. So my question is, what would you do? Because I have friends on both sides of the spectrum. I have friends who said they can't, they're going to choose their health, they're going to go back to being vegetarian. And then I've got friends who are like, absolutely not. We'll rather be sick and take it like that. I don't know what to do anymore. I'm making a lot of people very unhappy. I'm costing us a fortune in medical aid and medications and over-the-counter medications. But I can't. I don't know. Just the thought. I mean, having it in the house now, like cheese and yogurt, and luckily they still drink plant-based milk. And the eggs, the eggs kill me. I can't imagine eating that or drinking that. It's just revolting. And I know where it came from, and yeah. So what should I do? What would you do? Seriously, what would you do? So that's my rant for today.